Throughout history, there have been few martial artists who have impacted the world like Bruce Lee. He needs no introduction, and his background says it all. During his later years, Bruce Lee created Jeet Kune Do, which was a broader system compared to Wing Chun. Within this system, Lee used a number of different weapons that he trained with. According to his thinking at the time, Bruce Lee believed weapons could be successfully used in self-defense situations. Ultimately, this is what Jeet Kune Do was all about. That's not to say that Wing Chun isn't good for street fighting either, and it's not to say that Wing Chun doesn't use weapons. In this video, we shall look at the weapons that Bruce Lee used. Here we have taken weapons that he used in his movies, where he fought without his fists. Unsurprisingly, Bruce Lee was very skilled with weapons, but you probably knew that already. Undoubtedly, the most commonly cited weapon that Bruce Lee was photographed with was nunchucks. Over the years, Lee used nunchucks countless times, both on and off screen. Sometimes these would have 3 parts. Sometimes they would also have handles like a nightstick. Overall, it's no secret that Bruce Lee was a master with nunchucks and practiced with them for countless hours. The outcome of this is that Bruce Lee could generate great speed with his nunchucks and could use them as a deadly weapon. With the right timing and speed, a blow to the head with nunchucks could potentially kill someone. This acts as yet another example of just how dangerous Bruce Lee was and how versatile he was as a martial artist. Nunchucks were used in films such as The Game of Death and various others. Another weapon often used by Bruce Lee was the bow staff. He famously brought attention to this weapon in Enter the Dragon, where he used it in a fight scene. This fight scene took place in a basement and had lots of henchmen attacking him with weapons of their own. The bow staff is a long wooden pole and is light enough to hold and long enough and strong enough to do damage with from a distance. Interestingly, the history of the bow staff dates back to Okinawan Kabuto. In other words, the bow also comes from the same school of thought that brought us the nunchucks and certain other martial arts weapons. Like the nunchucks, Bruce Lee was also very handy with the bow staff and certainly didn't lack any speed or prowess when using it. In the same movie, Bruce Lee also uses eskrima sticks. These come from Kali, which is a Filipino self-defense martial art. Here, people are taught how to brandish these weapons, whereby they also train with knives and other similar blades. This involves holding 2 medium-sized wooden sticks in either hand. They can be used offensively by easily striking over the head, but can also be used defensively. Here you can cross the sticks over one another to create a powerful shield. Undoubtedly, Bruce Lee would have picked up the use of eskrima sticks pretty quickly. The reason for this is down to his past use of nunchucks, which work in a similar fashion. Physically, both weapons have quite a lot in common. With that said, it's not too unusual that Bruce Lee used stick fighting, given his past history. Over the years, Bruce Lee has also been pictured with a few different sword types. For instance, he was once seen brandishing jade daggers, a katana, and also an axe. These weapons are all rooted in ancient kung fu, so they probably trickled down into the hand of Bruce Lee at some point. Whilst Bruce Lee mostly favoured nunchucks, he was still a high-level practitioner when it came to using blades. The jade dagger also commonly features in Wing Chun, which Bruce Lee obviously trained for many years, so he would have been pretty competent at using these. Obviously, using a katana sword differs massively compared to using jade daggers. Nonetheless, it proves that Bruce Lee was versatile and always open to trying new things. Typically though, you could find Bruce Lee using other weapons before turning to swords, and outside of the film industry, he didn't really use them when training regular martial arts. Although Bruce Lee is best remembered for using nunchucks, he certainly could use other weapons too. Arguably, this is why he's widely regarded as one of the greatest martial artists ever. Whilst many fighters are good in their own arena or without weapons, they may fall apart when knives and other dangerous weapons are involved. This is just another example of how Bruce Lee thought outside the box and was open-minded. The result saw him become world famous and well renowned as a top martial artist even after his death.